Have you ever wondered what the age-old scriptures have to say about financial management? Well, let's dive into the wisdom from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 9 and 10, where the wise King Solomon shares profound insights on this very subject. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. In this scripture, Solomon is conveying the importance of honoring God with our resources. Here, honoring God with your wealth is an act of gratitude, a sign of recognizing that all we possess in reality comes from Him. It's a way to worship and acknowledge His sovereignty over everything, including our finances. Then comes the concept of first fruits. This term refers to the act of giving the best portion of our income or our harvest back to God. This isn't just about monetary offerings, but rather a demonstration of our priorities. It's about placing God first in our finances, trusting Him with our resources, and believing that He will provide for our needs. But these verses don't just provide instructions, they come with a promise of overflowing blessings. The images of barns filled to overflowing and vats brimming over with new wine stand as symbols of God's abundant provision. They depict a promise that when we honor God and give generously, He will bless us in return. Now, what does this mean for us today? First, it speaks about stewardship. These verses encourage us to be good stewards of what God has entrusted to us. It's not just about giving, but also about managing our resources wisely for God's purposes. Second, it's about faith and trust. By offering the first and best to God, we demonstrate our faith in His provision and His sovereignty over our lives. Lastly, it's about generosity. These verses inspire us to cultivate a spirit of generosity. As we give, we also receive blessings from God. The blessings may not always be material wealth, but they could be spiritual growth, peace, and joy. So to wrap it up, Proverbs 3, 9, 10 challenges us to honor God with our wealth, prioritize Him in our finances, and trust in His abundant provision and blessings. It calls us to be faithful stewards, generous givers, and people who rely on God's promises in our financial journey. This ancient wisdom, even today, holds valuable lessons for managing our finances according to God's will. As we come to the end of our exploration of scriptural finance, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. King Solomon's wisdom, found in the book of Proverbs, has shown us the importance of honoring God with our wealth. We've delved into the concept of first fruits and seen the promise of overflowing blessings that comes from honoring God in our finances. In today's modern world, these principles remain just as relevant. By prioritizing God in our financial decisions, we demonstrate our trust in His provision. This act of faith isn't just about money, it's about cultivating a spirit of generosity and stewardship, and the reward, an abundance of blessings that only He can provide. Thank you for joining us on this journey through scriptural finance. Remember, as you navigate your own financial path, to honor God with your resources, trust in His provision, and stay generous. Stay blessed, stay financially wise, and we'll see you in the next video.